Hello, happy Monday. So I hope you're all doing great and you're looking forward to Thanksgiving week if you live in the US. I know I am. So I'm gonna be sharing this on my page, so give me a few minutes. That's weird. Huh. Hold on, give me a second. And then I'll also let some people come on, whoever's gonna be on. Okay, I just wanna make sure I'm sharing it the right way. The last time I shared it on my page, my personal page again. Hold on. I hope you all had a nice weekend too. Okay, so I wanted to share about this topic because people have reached out to me about it. People who are thinking about going into coaching, they already have a business, or maybe they're looking into getting into coaching, getting their coaching certification. And please feel free, when you jump on, say hi. Let me know you're here. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to post them and I will answer them. And if you're watching the replay, I will come back and answer the comments or do a video based on the comment, and I can tag you on my response. So yeah, so I've had people, reach out to me asking me about if coaching certification is important and what did I get from it, what's the value, why would I recommend doing it, do I recommend doing it. And the reason why I also mentioned mentoring is because I often, whenever I start working with someone, I get on a call with them or something, if they don't know what coaching is, they've never been coached, I tell them. And because I think sometimes people confuse coaching with mentoring. And I do have to say, when I first started coaching and I started coaching right around the same time that I went and got my coaching certification. So I was in coaching training because for me, it was important for me to do so. And I went to IPEC. And I would say, definitely, if you are looking into getting your coaching certification, make sure that it is accredited by the International Coaching Federation, because although it's not a regulated field yet, I think it's booming, so it will become accredited at some point. And also you want to make sure that you go to an institution that is accredited by ICF. Okay, so one of the things I was actually very surprised that there were so many coaches when I started attending events, and I noticed people were saying they were coaches. People were saying they were coaches, and not to discredit anyone, but I noticed that the word coach is really being thrown around often, and really sometimes, these people, they're not doing coaching. What they're doing is mentoring. Because a mentor is someone that basically tells you what to do. It's someone that often is in the path where you want to be, or they are, they've been, they have a business or whatever it is. And, often, mentors, that's who they are. Now, don't get me wrong. There are coaches who also do mentoring, because I know for me, I do coaching and I also do some mentoring. And I remember, I was like, but, all these people are calling themselves coaches. But then when I noticed is that what they were doing is they were telling people what to do. And I have to say, even recently, I've come across people who are saying they're coaches, and you get on a coaching call with them and they're basically telling you what to do, which is not coaching. And I remember I had a client recently, she had never been coached, and I remember, in between our sessions, I told her, it's fine, she can send me an email or two. So when she emailed me and she was asking me questions, because that's another thing, I think that many times we think that we need to, we want people to tell us what to do. You know, we want, and that's not what coaching is at all. Coaching is about you getting your own answers. And so she would ask me a question and I would respond with another question because I wanted her to go deep within herself and get her own answers. So this is the difference between coaching and mentoring. Coaching is about you. I remember one of my clients, one day she got a aha moment. She was like, I get what coaching is. It was my first paying client. She said to me, coaching is you going within and getting in your own answers instead of relying on society to tell you how to live your life and what to do. And so, you know, coaching is healing work. It's deep work. And I do have to say, and once I was working with someone, and I'm not working with her anymore because we were not a good fit too. She didn't want to do the deep work. Because, and that's why I know in the beginning for those of us coaches, when we're first starting out, we might feel that, oh my God, my clients are not getting breakthroughs or things are not moving fast enough, because also these are things that come with experience, but really it doesn't depend on us, and there's no rushing the process because it takes time. You know, transformation, it takes time. It's not something that just, hi Muriel, it's not something that just happens. You know, coaching is healing work. It's deep work. It's going within. It's somebody, your coach is supposed to ask you questions. Yes, as a coach, I make suggestions here and there. I offer tips. But in my coaching sessions, more than anything, I am actually asking my clients questions because I want them to go within. Because if I'm telling them what to do, it's not gonna work. They're not gonna make the changes that they need to make in their lives, or they're gonna if I tell them what to do, it's gonna work one day and then it may not work in the next day, it may not work in a few months. So that is the difference between mentoring and coaching. And this is where I wanted to put in the piece about my, certification. When I first, I have to say, as I was looking for something different to do, I don't know why those screen, I'm sorry. Hi, Divya. As I was looking for something different to do and I was going through my career change and working with my coach, I remember talking to a friend of mine. She said to me, you would be a great life coach. And I was like, me? Like at the time, I wasn't really open to it. You know, people would tell me, you're really great. Hi, Jen. Hi, Divya. You know, people were telling me, you're really great at what, you're really great at getting people moving. You're really great at doing this. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'll try it out. I was like, okay, maybe, I asked a friend if she would let me help her in something. And I was like, I hadn't even started my training and I did it for free. So, one of the things I realized when I started my coaching training was that what I was doing is, yes, I was motivating people, but I was actually in some way telling them what to do. And I was like, yes, I was motivating them to take action, but I wasn't really going deep because coaching, I remember, I don't know if you remember, Divya's here, and Divya is one of my coaching colleagues, and she actually coached me when we were doing our coaching certification program at IPEC together. I remember that's when I got, so that's the value in a coaching certification program. In a coaching training program, you get to know what coaching really is, because coaching is not telling someone what to do. Coaching is not motivating them. It is motivating them, but more than anything, you're a sounding board. You pick up things that they haven't picked up. You get them to, thanks for the like, you get them to see things from a different perspective. You hear them and you make them notice, like, because sometimes, you're just saying things and you don't realize the implication on what you're saying. So somebody repeating it to you is very powerful. Somebody asking you the questions, and that's why had I gone ahead when I first started working with a coach, my career coach, if she was just telling me what to do, I probably would not be where I am right now, or it would have been like a whole different journey. So that's why, you know, it is so important, and that's the value that you get. That's why when people tell me, for me, I thank you. Hi Carmen, thank you for the love. Hi Gaeta. Yeah, whenever people talk to me about, you know, they ask me, you know, you got your certification, you went and got you got coaching training, is it valuable? What do you think? I think it's very valuable, because I was able to get the skills and the knowledge to be a great coach. I got to know that coaching is not mentoring, and coaching it's in, and that's why some people may not want to do coaching, because it's deep work. You know, one of the things I remember, Elizabeth Lesser, she's an author. She's the one who wrote the book Broken Open, which is an awesome book. She was on Super Soul Sunday with Oprah one day, and she said that coaching is healing work. It's deep work. It's transformation. And you don't get that working with a mentor only. And yes, there are coaches that we do both. Let me see. I'll read the stuff after, because yeah, there are coaches, you know, some of us, we do both, and that's the thing. But, you know, I want you to really get that, and there is value in being certified. I'm not, and another way, you know, one of the ways that you want to know if you're a coach and you want to really, you know, maybe you can afford the coaching training now, or you're not sure, or you want to know, you want to find out, do you want to be a coach? Get a coach, work with a coach, and see what it is, how it's done, what it's about. So, you know, because, you know, I remember another thing is, when I went to my training, one of the people who was there training us, she said to us, you want to find out, you want to be great at coaching, watch Iyanla fix my life. The other day, I was sick. About over a week ago, I was sick, and I have to say, I was on the couch. I'm not a TV person, but I was on the couch catching up on Iyanla Fix My Life and Being Mary Jane. And I remember watching Iyanla on her show, and I was like, yes, that's what coaching is. It's deep stuff. It's not the surface stuff. It's not telling you what to do. It's really you going deep within and finding out where did you get these thoughts of? What are these limiting beliefs? What is it that's stopping you, that's keeping you from playing small, from not fulfilling, you know, your full potential? So I hope you find this helpful. Leave me a comment, leave me a message, and, you know, send me a private message, because I wanted to do this because people have reached out to me about this. And actually, there's somebody recently who reached out to me saying that she was a coach and that she wants to, you know, make more money. She wants to start making money, and she wants to know what's the value in being certified. And like I said, I definitely, for me, going to coaching training taught me that coaching is not telling somebody what to do. Coaching is asking questions. Yes, we make suggestions here and there, and we do some mentoring. Some of us actually, I've even seen people put their coach/mentor, and I felt like that's being real. That's saying exactly what to do. That's not, because too often I've noticed that, you know, we put the title coach, saying that we're coaches, and really what we're doing is just basically telling people what to do, which is not helping them. Because that's another thing, as a coach, if I make a suggestion to my client, I not only make sure she's okay with it, I also make sure, does that resonate with her? Because if something doesn't resonate with you, you're not going to stick with it. Which is why, you know, and I also let them find out for themselves, what is it that resonates with them? And because it's so important, if it doesn't resonate with you, you're not gonna do it. You're gonna do it one day, and then you're gonna stop doing it. And the breakthroughs that they're not gonna last. If you do have a breakthrough, you might think it's a breakthrough, it's not going to last. You have to go within and do that deep work. And for that to happen, it takes time. It's not something that happens overnight. So leave me comments, questions. I'm welcome to answer them, even if I come back later. So let me see what Carmen says. Let me see. I don't know. Can I go down? Okay. So Jen says, yes, coaches to me, great personal investigators, asking and discovery. Yes. Carmen says, yes, ask all the questions, make them dig deep. Definitely, Carmen. Yes, that is exactly what it is. Yes. And Mariana says, hi, Mariana. And also letting them know in advance that lots of questions will be asked. Yes, that is so important. As many new clients are not aware of it, it gives them peace of mind and understanding in advance, which benefits the whole thing. Yes, that is so important, Mariana. You're right. Because that's one of the things I often tell people. When I first get on a call with them, I ask them, have you been coached before? And if they've never been coached, I tell them what to expect. And I tell them, okay, this is what, this is how it, and you're going to notice, I tell them, I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions. I ask more questions than anything else. The suggestions, a lot of that is, it happens to the tips. Yes, I do. Actually, I think I give more tips on my emails, my email list and on my Facebook group, in my Facebook, post than anything. But when you're on a call with me, get ready for questions. And that's another key I wanted to say. Most of them, they're not open-ended questions. I remember when I first started my coaching training, we were told that we cannot ask any open-ended, and we were told in the beginning, like, it wasn't something like coaching, you can't do that at all. And then later on towards the end, we were told, okay, now you can ask closed-ended questions, but everything is like, it has to be a question that is not, and when I just want to clarify in case you don't get that, we don't ask questions, most of our questions are not yes and no questions. They're questions that are going to make you go deep. Like Carmen says, that's going to make you really think and say something and come up with something. The yes and no we do, but it's not mostly, because yes and no is not going deep. It's not. So again, thank you for joining me. And I will promise, although I will have family over and I'm not going to be working as much this week, but I will be getting on sometime, maybe tomorrow, but you'll definitely see me again. And thanks, love and light. Have a great day and a great holiday to you all in the US who are celebrating Thanksgiving. Take care.